This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Monday, March 17th, 2025. I'm Marek Mazurek. The Parkview Miro Center for Research and Innovation in Fort Wayne has launched an initiative alongside the Northwest Indiana Regional Partnership to attract international medtech companies to Northeast Indiana. The MedTech Global Gateway is designed to provide a soft landing spot for companies looking to enter the U.S. healthcare market and take their innovations from the research lab to a patient's bedside. Dr. Michael Miro, the Chief Academic Research Officer at Parkview Health, says the goal is to lower the barrier for companies to come to Indiana.
We'll connect them to other resources, visa support, opportunities for non-dilutive funding through IDC. So all those will work in concert to help produce this ecosystem that is very attractive for international companies to come to the U.S. and specifically Indiana.
The center said the MedTech Global Gateway will welcome companies specializing in musculoskeletal care, orthopedic devices, regenerative medicine, telemedicine, and 3D bioprinting. Dr. Miro said the gateway will build on work that has already been done over the last decade that has made the Northeast Indiana area an ideal launchpad for companies looking to expand into the U.S. The Center for Food and Agricultural Business at Purdue University is partnering with Chicago-based global management consulting firm Kearney to bridge what it says is a gap between academia and industry. Purdue said the goal of the collaboration is to enhance agricultural research, strengthen industry engagement, and build connections with corporate clients and industry partners in the world of agriculture and food. Purdue says the partners will focus on key objectives like developing industry-relevant research and providing students with experimental learning opportunities to prepare them to become future industry leaders. Purdue and Kearney are also exploring ways to expand career pathways for students both at the undergraduate and graduate levels. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
Caution was the overarching tone for Indiana homebuyers in February, as last month saw 6% fewer home purchases than February of 2024. The dip comes as mortgage rates are slowly but consistently falling, and despite an increasing supply of homes on the market. The Indiana Association of Realtors shows there were about 12,850 homes listed for sale in the state on any given day last month, which is 20% higher than the same time in 2024. Kim Ward is the IAR's president and managing broker of Northeastern Group Realty in Fort Wayne. She says the data points to first-time home buyers and those with budgets below the state's $250,000 median price being careful and waiting for mortgage rates to come down further before wading into the market. In total, 4,930 home sales closed in February per the IAR, and buyers were paying 94% of asking prices on average. The Realty Group's data shows Hamilton, Hancock, and Johnson counties in central Indiana continue to see growth year over year in sales. But the biggest gainer was the Michigan City area, where home sales in February were almost 50% higher than they were a year ago. Indiana's unemployment rate fell 0.1% to 4.4% in January. The Indiana Department of Workforce Development said Monday that along with the decrease, the state lost 2,400 private sector jobs in the same month. January was the first month since March of 2024 that the unemployment rate decreased. The Department of Workforce Development said Indiana's total private employment stands at about 2.8 million jobs. DWD data shows the state has more than 85,000 open job postings as of March 3rd, while more than 26,000 continued unemployment insurance claims were filed as of the week ending March 1st. Indiana's unemployment rate is almost a half percentage point higher than the national average. A universally adopted funding program to boost local public health departments is facing a tough budget road, with some lawmakers questioning whether agencies have delivered on their promises or should be further constrained. The 2-year-old Health First Indiana program gave $225 million to local public health departments in the last budget cycle, or $75 million in 2023, followed by $150 million in 2024. The latest version of the state budgets earmarks another $100 million per year. Committee Chair Senator Ryan Mishler said he and other members have received pressure from their communities to cut or eliminate the program due to questions about the money's uses. One particular concern forwarded to the Mishawaka Republican was about an unnamed county using money to provide healthcare services for undocumented immigrants, which he acknowledged was a, quote, very sensitive issue. For more info on the bill, head to InsideIndianaBusiness.com. A creative expert and Pattern Inc. Executive Director Polina Osherev is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. A weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Mark Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.